Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. If you are new here, I am Astrologer Victoria from Your Wings of Ascension. And today is 7/7 in a 7-year. We have a 777 energy, and our astrology 100% feels the energy behind this 7. So before I pull up the chart and I break this down, let's simply talk about the energy of 7 in numerology. So like I said, we are in a 7-year. So 7 ties in with the planet Neptune. So what does Neptune rule over? Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, so it is unconditional love. It is our ability to understand that there is more than what we see, know, feel, hear, touch in the tangible world. The ability to see beyond the veil. The ability to have faith, whatever you have faith in, to believe a spiritual truth that feels in alignment for you. Neptune is all about just a good feeling of interconnectedness, knowing that we are all one and that one is all. So this whole 7-year that we've been working our first half of the way through, how many of you, and I know that I have, and I've had people in my life that have, had started to get a better sense of your own spiritual truth? Let me clarify. Spirituality and religion, they ain't the same thing. So what this spirituality looks like does not mean you're taking out a Bible and you're reading, or you're going to church. I had one friend who said to me, she's just feeling like there is this longing for her to be in nature that she's never had before, knowing that we need to take care of Mother Earth and we need to give back to Mother Earth, and wanting to be surrounded by nature. And she said, this is my spiritual side. This is who I am. I don't do religion, but I just feel like there's something so sacred. Absolutely, 100%. That is spirituality. There are so many other forms, but I just want to make sure we understand. It is not religion. They are not the same. You can be a religious person and be a spiritual person, or you can be a religious person and not be a spiritual person. But this Neptunian year, this 7-year, is all about finding our spiritual truth. Part of that is knowing the boundaries of what is yours and what is not, and standing strong within your truths and your beliefs, and allowing others to stand in their truth and their beliefs. So it is a bit of a balancing act, learning what my truths are and standing in them, and giving you the grace and the respect to stand in yours. Now let me pull up the chart for today, because we have a lot of this energy, and we've talked about a lot of this energy. Oh, it's hot here. We've talked about this energy in the form of this yod. So this yod between Neptune, Pluto, which we'll break it down a little bit at a time. There's a sextile between Neptune and Pluto. Both Pluto and Pluto and Neptune are making a aspect up to Mars. This is a minor aspect. This is a quincunx. But both of them are making the same aspect up to Mars. Therefore, we have this triangular energy. I don't know why I drew it quite like that. There you go. Now you can see the triangle a little bit better. But we've been talking about how this is, in essence, us using Neptune to see through the fog and feel into our own spiritual truths and have a knowing of interconnectedness to make changes to the Pluto aspect of systems, structures, government. So we know what's right for all of us with Neptune, and we make changes in the systems in Pluto Capricorn. But with this directed energy to Mars and Leo, it's not necessarily going to be easy to make these changes, because we have to balance what's true in our hearts. Leo is about your heart. What's true for us, what we feel deeply in our heart and soul. This motivates us to make change. But is it right for everyone? Because all of our hearts hold something different. I think we all hold the same base values, but it may look a little different. So we're learning to make change and to balance our sacred truths and the collective sacred truth. Now, if we look up, and I know I'm in green, we're going to run with it. If you look up to Mercury, I just drew all over. Mercury is at 22 degrees of Cancer. Uranus is over at 21 degrees of Taurus. Late last night, we had this exact sextile. But we'd felt the energy leading up to it. We felt it last night We're feeling it today. What is this sextile between them? Well, let's talk about this one. The sextile between the two is an easy conversation where we have our mind, Mercury, opening up to the cosmic beyond, Uranus. But because Mercury is in Cancer, it's a very intuitive, emotional knowing. We have to feel it emotionally to understand it. On the other side, we can go way far into the emotions and lose our sense of knowing. When we connect it in with the cosmic beyond, we can have huge downloads. We can just have out of the blue lightning strikes of aha moments. Or we can have so much coming in and we don't know how to filter it that we can start to get completely overwhelmed and bogged down and just lost in the cosmic everything, which kind of aligns with this 7 year, especially today being a 7-7 in a 7. We have 777 energy. We have to remember that with Neptune, there's fog. There's confusion because it's everything. We have to have strong boundaries to know where we start and stop and where the other starts and their start and stop. See, I couldn't even say that. That's the whole energy of right now. And it's imperative that we are able to use our discernment to know what is ours and what isn't. Because Mercury in Cancer takes in information from the outside. It absorbs what's happening around it. So all of us being in this energy field right now, we are taking on things from every angle, from every source, and we are not necessarily able to discern what is ours and what is not. Let me translate that. When you're in a room full of people, you can feel the energy. Being in a sporting event, you feel it. Perfect example. Now go to your workplace. You usually have, 3 coworkers you deal with closely all the time. If one of them is having a bad day, you can sense that without any spoken word. When Mercury is in Cancer, we have that heightened sense of, ooh, they're having a bad day, much greater. We don't necessarily have the ability to discern what is theirs, hers, mine, yours. It all kind of mushes in together. So it is, as I said, imperative to understand what feelings you have bubbling up and if it's yours or if it's coming from the outside. Does that make sense? Because this is such an intuitive time, especially with Neptune Pisces retrograde, if we're not able to know our truth, we're going to get completely sucked into all of the noise around us, for better or for worse. Use it on the flip side. You can be in an environment where there's a ton of people that are in so much joy that you forget that, oops, there's a hole and I fell and rolled my ankle. We have to make sure we are of our senses and our truths. That clear? And I hope so. Because this is a foggy time in the 777. We can use this 100% to tap into the cosmic beyond and get those downloads. But my advice is to take time specifically to be alone and allow those downloads to come in. Because there's so much noise all throughout the day, there's so much energy that's coming in and confusing us. It can be very, very quick shifts from depressed to joy to fear to lost. We can go so quickly, so fast in so many directions that if we don't take time for ourselves to be still, to be quiet, it's overwhelming. And it doesn't have to be depressive, like I said. How many times have you been in a situation where you were so happy, but you just get tired from the amount of joy? Please, 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 my friends. I know it's Friday. I know that we're excited. We've gotten through the work week. I know we want to do things, but please take some time to be by yourself, to be quiet, to kind of feel through what you're going through. Is it mine or is it somebody else's? Because it can be a little overwhelming. Yes, this intensity of this triplicity of the 7 energy is only for Friday, but this Mercury Uranus we're going to feel for a few more days. And if we look at the quality of Mercury on Mercury's own, well, Mercury's not really doing too much, but there are quite a few minor aspects. We've got a semi-sextile to Venus, which we can use as kind of like a crutch. We just pick out the beauty of things. We don't want to get through the depth. We just look for the fluffy part of it. So we, again, have to be so sure in what our truth is. I'll bring this back up one more time because I don't think we need the chart anymore. But again, I guess we do need it. I didn't even talk about the moon. Jeez. Look at all of this Piscean energy coming in like, hey. Yeah, I know I said Pisces. There's a lot of Pisces energy. We got Neptune, Saturn, and the moon. Here's the moon. We have a lot of Neptunian energy, but Neptune rules Pisces. So the moon is in Pisces. We have a lot of this energy. We're feeling this. The moon in Pisces is very emotional. So that just kicks it up another notch. We are wading through King Neptune's waters very. It's not like we're wading through it at our feet, our ankles. No, we are like up to our chin in the waters of Neptune right now, and we have to make sure that we can see the shore for ourselves, that we're not being led astray by others and other things and other sounds. We know where we need to go and we follow that path. All right, my friends, I will come back one more time just because I know that this can feel like a hard time. Like I said yesterday, this is a very deep moment. We're going through a lot. Again, it's all by divine plan. Trust it. Allow it to happen. Feel into your intuition. And know that if it doesn't turn out the way that your human thinks it should, it's for a reason. Have faith, my friends. That's what this year is all about. And like I said, today we've like quadrupled, not just tripled because we got this Pisces moon. We have quadrupled up on the Neptunian energy. So use the higher octave to feel into your intuition, feel into your unconditional love, and stay true to who you are. As I tell you every time, my friends, you've got this. I just smacked my microphone. I don't know what that's going to sound like. You've got this. We've got this. I love you all. I will see you for the weekend.